The illness is not who they are. They're a person with a disease, but they are not the disease.
Many Mainers are losing their families and their identities because of the mental, physical, and spiritual disease of addiction.
When you look at the big picture, per capita, our region is one of the hardest hit for opiate dealing and addiction.
It controls you, like whether you're an addictive person or not, it makes you an addictive person.
Recovering addict Claire Wyman spent years in active addiction before and after the birth of her son.
Pain pills are so addicting and physically straining that once you start doing them, it starts to be not fun anymore, and you're just doing it so you're not sick.
Director of the Open Door Recovery Center in Ellsworth, Barbara Royal, says addiction is a family disease.
She doesn't have as many interactions with us and denying it all. And, you know, you knew and you didn't know how to help her. I guess you kind of felt helpless.
Our goal is to help those parents to be a family again, to get their children back and to have a good, healthy family life.
For Wyman, family has been critical on her road to recovery.
It hurts a lot.
And to see some of the places they were living and what they're doing and still trying to be supportive.
It's hard for them to learn to trust me again and to know that Coleman's safe, my son, and that I'm going to actually do it this time and do well with it.
Traumatically impacted, addiction caused the toddler to throw tantrums out of frustration.
That was hard too. And,
Yes.
you know, financially it's hard, you know, because, you know, we're totally responsible for him.
Most addicts don't recognize help is just as accessible as any drug.
To me, it was kind of like I was already dead anyway. I had no house, no car, no place to go, you know what I mean? My kid was at my parents' custody. It was that already like killed me inside.
Addicts just like Wyman are prey for big dealers in New York and Massachusetts.
They know where the high addiction rates are. They know where they're more likely to be able to set up market.
Making connections in Maine to sell for them.
Coming into the state and recruiting individuals that will deal for them. And that is, in many cases, gang related.
You'd have to sell to make your own profit, or it got bad to stealing and ripping people off, hurting other people. It wasn't good.
Royal says up to 85% of inmates are incarcerated because of crimes related to addiction. And by the time addicts enter treatment, they're unemployable and emotionally and financially desperate.
She was completely humiliated, completely ashamed of herself and everything that she had done. So I think that was one of the biggest reasons why she was always looking for somebody to accept her, to love her, because she didn't love herself.
Cameron Giroir lost her sister last year from a heroin overdose.
To let it out, to let it be known, because that gives room for forgiveness. When the truth is out, people can forgive. We can move forward. We can, you know, find a way to work together, to find help, to get help.
Give me a hug.
The more they understand about how sick they've been, how they got where they are now, the better their chances are of getting well.
I love you. Yeah. Thank you. Good boy.
Despite the potential, many Mainers have yet to tap into the maple syrup industry. This winter's weather hasn't helped showcase the industry either.
Every year is different, but we should have had by now at least 1 or 2 good runs.
Maple syrup is one of Maine's most abundant natural resources, but sap harvesters say by this time of year they should be a little bit further along.
Snowpack is deep and it's light and fluffy, so it requires snowshoes, which doesn't keep you on top of the snow because it's so fluffy. You still sink into the snow a long ways. Difficult getting around the trees. It just makes things longer and more difficult.
One local sap harvester says the weather may affect his fresh crop for Maine Maple Sunday on the 22nd.
Hopefully we'll have some for Maine Maple Sunday. We have syrup that's not this year's crop. The sap's not running, so therefore without sap, you know, obviously you can't make syrup.
Owner of Bob's Sugar House in Dover Foxcroft, Bob Moore says once the process starts, he can process up to 50 gallons of syrup per hour.
Well, first, of course, you have to tap the trees, and then when the sap starts to run, we gather it and bring it here, run it through the reverse osmosis machine, which reduces the water content, and into the evaporator, boil it in the evaporator to the syrup, and filter it, store it in stainless steel containers.
The machines are ready. Moore says he's just waiting on the weather.
Southern part of the state, they may warm up a little quicker than we do up here, but we just keep our fingers crossed and hope the weather changes so we get some sap.
Tanya Morales, WABI TV5 News, Dover Foxcroft. Ask anyone at Baileyville Elementary School who the town hired to lead their police department. They'll tell you Superman.
The town, the area, everything. He's involved in every school function that we have here, and he's a nice presence in our school.
Chief Bob Fitzsimmons says he does what's necessary to make children feel safe.
I came into the classroom and one of the little boys was nervous about bad guys coming into the school at night. So the next morning when they came in, they found me asleep over here on the mat.
Superhero, like, yeah, Cape and some Gary superhero, Gary's on.
Preschool teacher Bonnie Troiani says playing along is all part of the fun.
We just kind of let them come in. We kept the lights off, and I said, we need to be quiet. Someone's sleeping in school. So they were quite amazed to see him in his jammies and teddy bear.
He said it was his room. Yeah, it was not. It was his classroom.
For Chief Fitzsimmons, it's just another part of his job.
Whatever I can do to make them feel good and feel safe, so they don't have to worry about these things that they might hear at home or see on the television. And I don't want that to be their world.
They tiptoed around and were quiet so he could sleep.
We were laughing at him. Yeah, we waked him up. Actually, I woke him up. I shook his arm.
Since his first day as chief, Fitzsimmons has made community involvement in the town's youth a top priority.
And when I write, "You're special," or "I'm proud of you," or laugh or giggle, read a book, and they get that message and they know that somebody cares.
Last year, the chief closed down the road in front of the school for a day of sliding.
It's those simple little things that I grew up like, and it seems to have gone away in a lot of places.
He makes sure a special friend always comes along with him.
He's made the route between a lot of schools, well, a bunch of schools in the area. They call up, "Hey, can you come out and talk to the kids and bring Corporal Pooh with you?" Absolutely. How can you not love them? I mean, they're my kids too.
Tanya Morales, WABI TV5 News, Baileyville.
You got you.
No way.